Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cole Valley Christian's virtual gala for 2020. I know a lot of you probably hoped you were done seeing my mug after we are done with chapels, but one more time, you got to endure it. I have the honor of welcoming you to our activities this evening, and we know it's been a very strange year, but also really encouraging in a lot of ways. God is doing a lot of awesome things, and so often it takes adversity for us really to be kind of pressed and see where our hope is. We've really seen God come through in a lot of ways for us in the last few months, and so thankful to be a part of this body. Thankful you guys are joining us for this event. I think it's going to be exciting. You're going to hear some of the great things God has done, hear from some of our community members, some of the needs we have upcoming, and just a continued excitement that we have for where God is taking us as a school body that has not at all been dampened by these events. So I'm going to open our time in prayer. If you would pray with me, we will get started. Father, thank you so much for who you are, for your unwavering faithfulness, Lord, for your consistency, for your trustworthiness. I know people watching right now have been through a variety of things, and some are really still struggling, Lord. I just pray that you would minister to them, provide for them. Lord, we know you will provide for us as a school body moving forward, and we know that we can rest in that. And so I just pray that tonight would unfold exactly as you want it to, Lord. If those are people are in a position to help us, that you would quicken that in their hearts, and some aren't, and that's fine, that they can just enjoy the time and get a sense of community as we move forward. So we desire that everything happens tonight is honoring to you. And we pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hello, I'm Michael Papik with the Cole Valley School Board. Thank you everyone for being here. It's exciting as we gather for this virtual gala to be able to partner together tonight for Christian education. It's been interesting to me over the past several months as we've watched the COVID-19 events unfold, how cool it's been to see our teachers, faculty, and leadership team rise to the occasion and continue to serve our students in amazing ways. I'm sure many of you have seen those teachers at your houses delivering books, ministering to your kids, engaging with your kids in online platforms, chatting, emailing, and doing whatever they needed to in order to know them as individuals and disciple and shepherd them. As a dad, I'm very proud of the skills that my kids have gained in the same technological elements. I've had to do a little bit of learning myself and how to interact on Zoom and other technologies. As we move forward into the gala tonight, I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of the donors who gave items that are being bid on. It's exciting to see their generosity and their heart for Christian education. I also want to thank all of the parents, grandparents, friends, and business owners out there who are bidding on the items and giving. Your partnership is so important to us furthering the mission and the vision of Cole Valley Christian Schools. As we look towards the future, I'm excited to be able to, again, share time with you all on campus, maybe even this summer, but most definitely when our students return this fall to the classrooms. The teachers are working hard to prepare our campus to once again receive all of the kids back and be able to share the gospel and share their hearts with them. Thanks again, and know that your generosity is going to have an eternal impact on future Chargers.
Well, welcome everyone to the Auction Frog Studio and the very first Cole Valley Christian virtual Legacy Gala. My name's Corey Michaels. I'll be your host this evening for what is going to be an incredible night of fundraising, of sharing so much of the incredible things that have happened and that are going to happen with Cole Valley Christian School. I want to thank Brad and Alice and Melody with Ellsberg Studios for making all of the magic happen with the streaming and all the video work. And then, of course, Christy and the amazing staff with Auction Frogs for all of your online auctions, all the fundraising that is going to be happening tonight. There's a lot going on. All right, but thank you to Matt and to Michael for getting us kicked off this evening. So Now you're watching, so you have already started all of this, so you know that you are watching it. But now we want all your friends watching it. We want your family watching all of this. So make sure that your watch parties are set. If you haven't already, go ahead and get those watch parties going. If you haven't bid yet, okay, you can be able to get to the online bidding because there are some fabulous items that we'll be highlighting coming up here. But you can check them all out and get your bids in right now. All you have to do is just text CVCS to 555-888. Okay, CVCS to 555-888. That'll get you the link. Now, you will need 2 devices. So let me explain this to you. In case you're watching this going, okay, now how do I bid and be able to watch this? You're going to need 2 items. So if you're watching on your computer, grab your smartphone. You can just be able to get to the link that way with the text with CVCS to 555-888. And that way you can be able to bid on your phone, watch on your computer, watch on a couple of tablets, tablet computer, you get it. Whatever combination you would like, but those 2 items. Now, if you only have one computer, that's okay. You can have one tab open with the online auction, one with the virtual auction going on, and you can just switch back and forth that way as well. Now, since this is a party, because normally if we were having our Legacy Gala like in the years past, we'd all be sitting around and we'd be chatting, we'd be talking about what a great evening it is. And we are still, because we are still together in all of this as one big community with Coal Valley Christian School. So please let your voice be heard. How do you do that? You can do the Facebook comments, questions, any of that. And if you need some more questions answered, or maybe you just like to make a bid over the phone, maybe you don't want all that newfangled stuff. Well, you can be able to do that as well. We have a hotline set up. You can call 208-807-3808. And we've got Mitch and Tammy. They are sitting there right now. Let's put them to work. Okay, so right now they're making easy money, just kicking back, probably got a soda in their hands. So let's put them to work. Get your questions in, or if you have any comments, 208-807-3808. But the big thing right now is get on there and make sure that you are checking out all the auction items. Those are going to go until 10 o'clock tonight. We'll have bid wars that'll be coming up later on. That's very exciting. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in a little bit. But auto bidding, that is something that is important for you to know about as well. This is a newer feature to be able to raise money. Maybe you don't want to have to be watching quite as much as to what's going on with the online auction. You will get your text that will tell you you've been outbid, but if you get in on the auto auction, there is an item you really want, and you know you are willing to spend up to $1,000, say, whatever that amount happens to be. You put that in with the auto bid, and then every time someone outbids you, it'll just outbid them again by a certain increment, and it'll keep going till it hits your big bid. So come on, let's get together. Let's raise a lot of money for the Christian education and the wonderful experience our kids have with Coal Valley Christian School. I did. Once again, I'm Corey Michaels, and I am so thrilled that I was asked to be able to be your host this evening. And what is different now? Our world is different now. What hasn't changed, though, is the need for the incredible things that are going on with Coal Valley Christian School, the need for the sponsors, the need for all of this, and everything seemed to change overnight. And it really kind of did. Well, so all the committee, all of the staff, everyone that works so hard every year, getting the tables, getting the decorations, getting all that set up for the Legacy Gala, all of a sudden went, now what do we do? Well, that's why we are all here tonight together, is for the virtual auction. And Keena, I tell you what, I had a chance with Keena to be able to work with her for these last couple of weeks. And I tell you, there has been a lot of people that had to come together to make all of this happen. But Keena, if I had a hat on, it would be off to you right now because of all the hard work that she has put in to making all this happen. So even with all the changes, one thing that didn't change is our theme, and that is the Legacy
Gala. Yes.
Gala.
We wanted to name it Legacy because we want to build something that lasts far, far, far beyond our lifetimes. We want to create something that's going to continue to pour the impact of Jesus into kids' hearts and have them take it into their communities, their families, their churches, their workplaces, and make a difference for God for generations to come. And that's why we called it Legacy.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking more and more. There's a few things that you're going to hear a lot about tonight. Legacy, the legacy, yes, you're going to hear a lot about that. And you're also going to hear two other words a lot tonight, and you can't possibly hear them enough. And that is thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your care. And so those two words also going to hear a lot. And thank you to our sponsors, because there was that point in the big shift is like, is everyone else going to shift with us, including very important sponsors?
Yes.
But they all jumped right on board and said, yes, we still want to be a part.
They absolutely did. They called us and said, no, we don't want to stop our sponsorship. It's more important than ever now. Let's take this online. Let's spread it far, far further than we could possibly do by having a in-house at Jump event. So you all tonight get to spread it far and wide, as far as you can think. Anyone who wants to make a difference for Christian education, this is your chance to show them how this has impacted your kids and how the teachers are just exceptional. So let's spread that tonight.
Absolutely. I am 13 amazing, great big sponsors throughout our community, because again, community is what this is all about. The community of students, the community of faculty and staff, and the community at large as the Treasure Valley and the state of Idaho coming together for this Christian education and the wonderful, wonderful experience that our kids are having. And so thank you to our sponsors. One of those, just a dear friend, and I've known her for many, many years, Debbie Stearns with the Mike Brown Group at Silver Creek Realty. She has been a big supporter with Camp River Run from the very starting. I've known her for years with that, with Special Olympics of Idaho, and of course with her grandkids and being a part of Coal Valley Christian as well. I got a chance to chat with Debbie yesterday about their support once again this year. First of all, thank you so much for your support once again.
Always happy to help Coal Valley Christian.
Well, Debbie, I know you and the Mike Brown Group with Silver Creek Realty have always been big supporters, and you've done the dessert auction in the past with the Legacy Gala. Well, obviously, now with switching gears and doing the virtual gala, we couldn't do it quite in the same way, but you guys are still big supporters and gave that $500 donation that would normally be going towards the dessert table and your table for your folks that you would bring out to the gala. But you still did another basket that we have actually on the online auction right now.
Well, we did. Instead of cakes that we would normally donate, having the cake auction, we decided to go with a golf basket this year. And from the generous donation of Eagle Hill and Lakeview Golf Course, the Rounds of Golf they donated, we put together a golf basket for them.
Well, again, thank you for your support and your donation this evening, and I hope everyone goes and bid high, bid often. You can check out that item, Debbie Stearns with the Mike Brown Group at Silver Creek Realty.
Thank you.
Debbie, love you to death. Thank you so much for your support of the kids and our event tonight with the Legacy Gala. But some of those other incredible sponsors, and I don't want to forget, don't miss out, 214. 214 is that golf package that Debbie had given. Now we move on to item number 190 and another great sponsor with Frontier Property Care.
Yes, Shiloh and Ariel Hall are one of our all-inclusive sponsors this year for the whole school, and they do all the jobs around your house that you would never have enough time, energy, or equipment to do yourself. And so if you need that giant tree taken down, or a ton of garbage moved, or an actual hill created or broken down, they're the ones to call. And you'll love working with them. They're great.
Well, and here's the thing. We might not want to work doing that kind of stuff in 100-degree weather we're going to have. But you know what? Frontier Property Care, they'll get you all taken care of. And that is item number 190, Thrivent Financial. Thank you so much. staying on and once again being a part as a sponsor here for our Legacy Gala.
Yeah, so Thrivent Financial is Aldo Cabrini. He has children here at our school, and he's offered 2 items. One is a 182 is this great cooler. It's so substantial. I think it would probably keep your stuff frozen for, 12 days. It's just unbelievable. Filled with goodies. The other one is item 183, and this is a comprehensive financial planning package. I don't know about you, but I don't know how to plan for forever, but Aldo does, and he's a great guy that will help you. If you've ever wondered, am I on track? Am I not? How do I plan for posterity? How do I plan for charitable giving? He's the one that can help you figure all that out and feel confident about your security and posterity going forward.
And once again, those are items 182 and 183. You want to get in on all these auction items, make sure you have texted CVCS to 555-888. Okay, so that's the number to text to is 555-888. And then where you would normally have the body of your text, just put in the 3 letters, doesn't matter, lowercase, uppercase, CVCS for Coal Valley Christian School, and text that. It'll give you the link right to be able to get into the online auction. As we move on to our next sponsor and item number 281, it is Treasure Valley Fire Protection. Very important.
Yeah, so the Stenquist, Nate and Laura Stenquist, they do things like if you need a fire sprinkler system for some gigantic corporate building, they're the ones to call. Or I suppose they could, super strength your home fire system if you needed that. But they gave a Hydro Flask cooler and 8 Hydro Flask cups. And this is something that, who doesn't love Hydro Flask? So go ahead and bid on those and make a difference for the kids.
Well, and it's amazing with the Hydro Flask stuff too, is you put some ice in there in your drink, and I swear 2 weeks later it's still cold. Okay, maybe not quite that long,
true.
but it seems like it, just about as long. And once again, that's item number 281. Number 97, Kent Mills with Interframe. Thank you so much for being a sponsor to Interframe once again. And this is an awesome package, especially as much as we haven't been able to do and go for sporting events and things. This is awesome.
Yeah, so it's 6 tickets in section 106, which is a great vantage point for any game of your choosing. And he wanted to give this because he's a grandfather to the Hambies, the Reddies, the Holbrooks, and the Knotts. He loves the kids, what Coal Valley is doing to instill Christian values into his grandchildren. And so he wanted to come by and support our school.
Okay, and that is there is item number 97. Now, these folks are just incredible, the Bradshaws and Belfour Property Restoration. They're not only incredible sponsors and have been and continue to be, they also have donated a wonderful item as we're heading into the summer months here, item number 202.
Yes, she was willing to talk to us about why she wanted to support the school and why she wanted to give this particular item. So let's hear from her.
Got a chance to chat with Andrea just a little while earlier. First of all, Andrea, thank you so much to you and Nicholas and to Belfour Property Restoration there in Meridian for your support once again. Of course, this is something very important to you with your kids being a part of Coal.
Yeah, absolutely. We're happy to jump in and help.
Now, why don't you tell us a little bit, it's item number 202 as people are going through tonight and getting all their bids in there and hopefully bidding high and bidding often. What is your item?
So our item 202 it's an outdoor grill, a portable grill with just some grilling tools. The idea behind it is just to, get your family out, get outside, barbecue, enjoy each other since we can't, travel right now. Let's eat together.
Exactly. Enjoy the beautiful weather we've been having. Okay, not as much today, beautiful weather, but it'll be back to beautiful weather here real soon.
It's going to get there.
Absolutely.
Yes. And you can take it with you.
Now, tell us a little bit about your experience with Coal Valley.
Cool. Okay, so my kids have gone to Coal Valley. This is going to be their 3rd year, I believe, 3rd or 4th. Anyway, we were just looking for a place that our kids could, one, be provided with a great education, and the atmosphere is how we want our children raised. They get hugs when they need them. There's personal attention. They know the kids. They're not just another student. They know your kids. They know where your kids struggle, and they believe in them, and they push them to move forward. And so it was a good fit for our family. And the reason we chose it.
Oh, well, thank you so much, and thank you for taking time, and hopefully all you and all your friends with your watch party are getting a bunch of bids in there as well. But tell Nicholas and the kids hi, and thank you from all of us, and thank you to Belfour Property Restoration there in Meridian.
You are certainly welcome. You guys have fun.
Well, and we are. And I hope you're having fun at home, watching along, got your watch parties all going on. And remember, if you have any questions, we have a new hotline that is set up, 208-807-3808. And Mitch, Tammy, they are all set up on the phone banks and ready to be able to answer any of your questions, relay any questions or comments or any of that. You can also do that on Facebook as well. Now, tuition, of course, that allows for an incredible education, but your generosity allows Coal Valley Christian School to do that with excellence. So thank you. Remember, I said you were going to hear those two words a lot tonight, and you can't ever hear them enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our seniors, our students, through this 2020 school year, obviously the same with everyone in our world. It's changed. It's not the same. And yes, it's changed even more so for our seniors who are not going to have that same senior end of year, end of high school that they thought they were going to have. We have some incredible kids at Coal Valley Christian School because of the education, because of the faculty, because of the parents and the community that is developed through Coal Valley Christian School. And one of those seniors, and this is an outstanding young man, Alex Adams, a senior for 2020. And, well, I'm going to let Alex tell you his story and how he chose Coal Valley Christian School.
All right, my name is Alex Adams. I've been attending Coal Valley Christian High School for the past 2 years. I'm now a senior, off to a Bible college over in California. But a little bit about my past. I came from Oregon in a very small public school. Where it was a normality to walk in on drug deals, where teachers would curse at students, where students would throw things at teachers, where it was imbalance of really worldly desires being all mixed into one. And in a season of my life where I'm trying to figure out who I am and who I'm going to become, I needed something different. So my parents decided we're going to move to Idaho and asked me if I was ready, and I said absolutely under one circumstance, and that was Coal Valley Christian School. I took an hour in the office to research schools over around Boise, Idaho, and the second that I came across Coal Valley and all that it offered, I knew that this was a school for me. Between the academics, the sports, and the theater program, it caught my eye immediately, and I decided that there was no better place to go than Coal Valley Christian. When I came over to visit Boise, the superintendent and principal decided to make a special appointment to come and visit the school, even though they were on spring break and closed the entire time. The principal actually came and unlocked the doors and gave me a special one-on-one tour. I loved the school. Coming in and seeing pictures of friends being together, of weekend retreats, and Bible verses on the wall was something I'd never experienced. So walking in, I was astonished. Coming into the school year, I was blown away at the type of community that this was. Coal Valley is much more than just a group of people trying to get you through 4 years of your life. They're actually here to disciple you into what it means to follow Christ and learn at the same time. When you have a team of amazing educators that are not only just pursuing your education, but are after your goals and your values and are helping disciple you in those things, it's different than what you're going to get anywhere else. Public school will not get you lunch with a teacher every single week. It won't get you time after school that you need to talk about your mental health instead of just your grade in the class. I don't believe that Coal Valley is after the numbers. They've never been about the numbers, they're about you. The past 2 years here at Coal Valley Christian have been the best 2 years of my life, especially in my academic career. So in part, if you have ever invested time, energy, or money into this amazing place called Coal Valley Christian High School, I just want to say thank you.
Oh, Alex, thank you. What an amazing young man, as all of our students are, all the seniors. I know we focus a lot on them right now because they really did have a very different year. And when it comes to Alex, Alex has such a great story, how he chose Cole Valley Christian, which he just told you about. But now when Alex first got here, he had an Instagram following of like 34,000
something crazy.
people.
Like, yeah, all we knew about Alex was this kid has 1,000 bajillion followers. And so I checked out his Instagram page, and it was him looking like a gorgeous model, but that was it. And it's been so interesting over the course of time as he's been involved in Cole Valley. Now he's starting to use his Instagram for influence for godly things, and it's quite moving. He did a senior project, as all of our students do. We want to make sure every senior leaves knowing a confident next step. And so we asked them to each do a senior project. And he did a senior project where he, by himself, pulled off the logistics and plans and hired everybody to do a youth conference in the middle of the state tournament at our school. And like 85 kids came and had a tremendous day of worship and learning, and it was phenomenal, and it solidified his choice to go into youth ministry and go to a Bible college. So we have lots of different stories about our senior projects.
Well, yeah, I mean, and some of the different seniors and just the diversity of the projects that they picked. I mean, we got Hayden, who rebuilt a VW bug engine. Then you've got Devin, who did coding and AI work. And you've got really everything in between, from technology to service. It's really quite amazing.
Yes, and our alumni are also quite amazing. They take what they've learned at Cole Valley, and they don't want to wait to graduate from college before they begin to have real impact in their communities. So these are some of the places they've gone and the organizations they've gotten involved in. And these are just the last 5 years of students. We have several generations before that who are also having impact. So we can hardly wait to see how those we graduate from Cole Valley will go out and change their world.
Well, it's interesting because just on the way over here earlier, I had heard a radio commercial, and it was a young gal, and this is pretty much true with a lot of 18-year-olds. And she was saying, I'm 18. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. How many 18-year-olds do know? Well, that's quite true in a lot of cases, but not when it comes to Cole Valley Christian. Most do know. And, with the senior project, they might have found out, well, maybe that isn't for me, but at least they found out what they didn't want to do, and then they're moving forward. And to be able to get to a point where alumni, you look at a lot of places, and alumni is something that it's years down the line, 15, 20 years where they're coming back and giving. No, I mean, like with the next young lady that you're going to hear from, Alexis. Alexis was a class of 2017, and she's already giving back and just showing what a great alumni that we have with Cole Valley Christian School.
Hi, my name is Alexis Gonzalez, and I graduated from Cole Valley in 2017, and now I am a student at Corbin University, and I just kind of want to share how Cole Valley has impacted my life and my faith. So what stands out to me right off the bat about Cole Valley, it's effort to help students develop a genuine faith, and that's what it did for me because I've always gone to public school. So when I transitioned to Cole Valley, I finally got the opportunity to invest in my faith and make it my own versus something I just grew up believing. And for me, that was powerful. And I share that because when you go to college for the first time, you're kind of starting to explore things that outside of your faith of, do I really believe this for myself? And am I going to live it out in my life? And Cole Valley gave me memories to look back on, to remember and to remind me that God did work in my life and His Spirit is strong. Another big thing that Cole Valley did for me was its service. I'd never really been exposed to the homeless population or even going to another country because I also got that opportunity. But it really opened my eyes to those in need. For example, now I actually led a women's group at a homeless shelter. And I never would have done that if I didn't have that exposure here at Cole Valley in the first place that woke me up to the reality of what other people are facing. And so I think that's been one of the other biggest parts of my life because now I'm studying psychology because I want to help people. So Cole Valley opened my eyes to not only the world around me, but just how big and personal our God is. I honestly believe that my years in Cole Valley were supposed to happen, and they were supposed to set me up for my future and the plans that God has for me. And there's no doubt in my mind that I was supposed to be here.
See, just one of the incredible stories of alumni from Cole Valley Christian School. And Alexis, just like Alex and all these other kids that we talked to, and not just what well-educated kids they are, but what fine human beings they are. And so I can't say enough about the staff and the education in Christ that these kids have received through Cole Valley Christian School. Now, as you're watching tonight for our Legacy Gala, all right, a few of our housekeeping things here, just in case you missed it. If you just tuned in, you can text CVCS to 555-888. You can call for help. If you need questions, please reach out to us. We have Mitch and Tammy on the phone right now waiting for your calls. Please put them to work. Even if you just want to call and go hi, they'll appreciate that, I'm sure. So Mitch and Tammy are taking your calls at 208-807-3808. Our auction is going to be ending tonight at 10 o'clock. Well, sort of, with the bid wars, but we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. Then the auto bid, you can enter your max bid that you're looking for right now for an item that you want. Say you're really looking for the wood-fired Sicilian grill gift card. Okay, well, you don't even have to even look at it or look at your phone. If you put in your high bid, as soon as someone outbids you, then it will increase that bid by certain increments each time till it hits your maximum bid. So you don't have to worry about someone outbidding you with that. Nice way to be able to go that way. Also, make sure that you have your watch parties engaged and those are going on. And be a part of the party. Give us your comments. If you're there with your family, whether it's alumni and former students, maybe you're alumni yourself, or current families that are a part of the Cole Valley Christian community and family, go ahead and make your comments on Facebook. I would love to see those. We'd love to respond to any questions or just say hi and be able to share in all of this together with our virtual Legacy Gala tonight with Cole Valley Christian. Now, with Kina, we've got some really, really great things on the online auction tonight. And when you look at all the different things that are going on, I was thinking about the fact that the original theme for this year's Legacy Gala was what?
All the places you will go.
And then it turned into all the places you're not going to go and can't go. But really, there are a lot of places, and that was one of the big focuses, was to be able to not just talk about all the things you can't do this year, because we've heard that for the last 2 months. You can't do this, you can't go there, you can't do... Well, no, it was very important to be able to celebrate the things that we can do together. And that is some of those items that we have coming up tonight.
Yes.
A lot of fun, like item number 236.
Yes, the Ann Strands knew of this incredible place that you can fly into for breakfast that's over by the Sawtooth Mountains. It's called Sulphur Creek, and you can only get there by private plane. So he hired a pilot to be able to fly 5 of your friends in with you for breakfast at this beautiful, beautiful location. I can only imagine what the flight in would be like to see all the Sawtooth Mountains and land by this gorgeous lake and be served breakfast in this pristine environment.
Wow, and how many times do you have that type of experience and even the ability to be able to have this type of experience? And you saw for yourself with the picture there just how gorgeous it is. Now, one of the things too, as you're going through the different online items, there's a lot of them as you're looking at photos that there's also a video to go along with that as well. So make sure if there's the little play button on there when you're looking at the photos, click on that, because it's going to give you even more information, even more incredible shots as to why you really, really want these items. Just like this item here, number 93.
Yes, the Zent family are very involved with Cole Valley, and one of the things they love to do in the summer is take folks backpacking at Yellowstone. They have done it so many times. They know how to get to all the perfect locations, the perfect vantage points. They have all the equipment. You don't have to buy the equipment. You just hire them, and they will take you to 6 of you. So you could go in as 3 different couples to hang out with this delightful couple from Coal Valley to experience everything at Yellowstone. My kids are telling me I must bid on this because they've never been and they really want to go.
Well, and it is so huge and it is so vast. You don't want to miss out on the highlights and all the great things. They know it and they know it all. And you can be able to take advantage of their incredible experience just by going to item number 93 and get those bids in.
And one of the things we wanted to try and do for all of these events and opportunities we have on our gala is have them be groups of people where 2 or 3 couples or a church group or a growth group or a Bible study or maybe even a group at your work would like to throw a team building kind of event. We've tried to make these for more than just a couple. So call your buddies and say, hey, let's go in on this together, make a difference for the kids and what's going on at Coal Valley Christian, and let's go on this fun trip together.
Well, and again, it's been all about the things we can't do together. We want to bring us back together as a world, as a society, as a family, and as a community. And that's what these are all about. Just like this item here, number 98.
So this is our October break. We have a week in October where we have parent-teacher conferences at the elementary campus, and there's several families that like to go travel. Or maybe there's someone out there that doesn't have kids at Coal Valley that just thinks this sounds amazing. So Marriott's Grand Vista, this is 7 nights and a 3-bedroom villa that sleeps 12. So you could have 2 families or 3 or 4 couples. You could get together and all go have this grand adventure. And it's minutes away from all the amusement parks that supposedly, according to Google, are opening mid this month. But also, this property itself has endless activities and possibilities and includes a group that just plans activities all day long for adults and kids.
Well, so even if you don't want to leave the property, you're going to be able to have an incredible time. And right now, that is sitting at $1,550. $1,550. Michael, thank you so much, has the high bid right now. But Michael, as much as we love you and we love that bid, we want someone to outbid you. And then you'd outbid them. See how that works right there?
And it's worth so much more than that. So this is a fun opportunity for you to get a group together to enjoy Orlando.
Okay. And then finally, again, there's so many different items to highlight, but right now we're just talking about, you know, some of those experiences to be able to come together with at number 190.
Actually, that is not the right number, so sorry. There is a Mexico trip that goes to...
But Dutch Bros is awesome
Dutch
too,
Bros is awesome.
So don't let us think...
So we discovered this place called the Grand Bliss. It's part of the Vidantana properties. There are 5 collective resorts altogether. So it's like Disneyland-sized fabulousness in Mexico. It's about a 40-minute drive south of Cancun, and a shuttle is included. This is a 1,300 square foot villa with its own little plunge pool that sleeps 4 adults and 2 kids. It has its own kitchen, has its own living room. It's a spectacularly beautiful location, and it's super, super close to things like Xcaret, Xel-Há, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, which is the most charming little pedestrian zone city in all of Mexico. So you and another couple, or you as a family could really enjoy 7 days spring break next year in Mexico.
Yeah, don't miss out on this. It's such an incredible experience. So, you know, we talked about how the world has changed through the course of this spring and over these last couple of months. And, you know, schools and especially Coal Valley Christian, how they responded to all of that change, how the faculty and all that came together. And to tell us a little bit about how Coal Valley Christian had dealt with all of those changes so quickly, we have the secondary principal, Kim DeMaine, to tell us all about it.
We are so excited. We've had a phenomenal school year, and I definitely can say we did not expect, like no one has, expected 2019-2020 to be a school year like this. And we hit the ground running from the very beginning. We're so excited to have everybody back in the building, and our amazing teachers and students and families. And then, of course, COVID hit. So here we are, all at home, and we were faced with the decision to do some online school and go remote learning. That was all contingent upon having teachers who were able to take that and run with it. And our teachers stepped up in such a huge way. Here we were, we had a platform through Microsoft Teams. So we had some of the infrastructure already in place, because that's how God ordained it, right? And so he knew we were going to need that at this time, and he also put in place the exact right teachers we needed in order to have online school. And not only did they have online school prepared and ready to go, they moved the curriculum forward with our students. They met personally with our students online. They individually cared for every student we have. And it was phenomenal. And so something that really could have turned into kind of a devastating situation, God used for his glory. And relationships were furthered, our kids were cared for, and they actually learned more about the different subjects that they have in school and their different courses. So it honestly was the complete package and everything we needed in order to continue and sustain the mission that God has given us. I think we are going to be talking about 2019-2020 for a very long time, because again, it's another piece of evidence. It's another living example of how our good sovereign God made something amazing and wonderful out of something that was really hard. It caused us to really wonder, but he's left us without a doubt that this is his school, he's in charge, and he's going to continue the mission he has started here. So we praise God for our students, our families, and our teachers that he's given us. So praise God.
You know, and a big thank you to Dusty with Scribblebox Media for putting together these fabulous videos from Cole Valley Christian. Dusty, thank you so much for that, and thank you, Kim. And thank you to all the teachers and the staff, because it was, as she was just saying, you know, it's not something, it's unprecedented. It's not something that, you know, you really planned for. We couldn't have known all the things that were going to happen. And so for them to not just throw together something, but really actually advance the curriculum and have it ready so that spring break, just like if they had taken their normal spring break and gone back to school, they went back to school just online and virtually, kind of like tonight. We didn't get to come together for the Legacy Gala in its traditional form, but you know what? Through the efforts of Kina and the sponsors and this community, we're together here virtually, and that's what our world is right now. So thank you so much to everyone. And right now, Robin has the high bid on the reclaimed wood cooler. It is amazing, and right now it sits at $450. Anita, congratulations. You have the high bid right now for the Falcon Crest 4 rounds of golf. Michael, $310 for the BSU football tickets. And then, let's see, also Randy, the Goodies soda fountain. Thank you so much. $45 is the high bid right now. Patty has the Opera Idaho for Hamlet, 2 gold level tickets. $50 is the high bid. But see, there is plenty of time all the way up until 10 o'clock to be able to keep those bids in. So bid high, bid often. If you haven't yet, text the word CBCS to 555-888 and get in on the fun of the bidding right now, because, you know, this is more than just the items that you're bidding on. I mean, yes,
Yes.
it's fun. And I hope that when, if you get the high bid on one of these items, I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you have a fabulous time or enjoy that item. But here's the beautiful thing. More than winning that bid, what makes it so special is when you do that activity, whether, if Anita has the high bid for the golfing while she's out there with her friends or family, getting in those rounds of golf at Falcon Crest, the entire time they can talk about this is because of their generosity and the giving to Cole Valley Christian and to our, ultimately to our kids and their education, spiritually and educationally. Whether it's an item that you have hung up in your home or on the mantelpiece, every time you look at it, you get to go, yeah, that's beautiful, but it's even more beautiful because of what it means. And that's a really special thing.
As you get to know our students and our teachers and just feel the quality of the people that they are and see how they're thinking so deeply about the world and about God and how to make a difference in their future, you truly want them to have everything possible that they could have at a public school and Jesus and more. And so that's why I love doing the job that I do at Cole Valley so much. And that's why I am so passionate about helping people become partners of ours through generosity like this, because it really is creating a difference that's going to go for generations. So thank you. Thank you for participating tonight.
Now, as we've talked to and about some of the teachers and the faculty, normally in the Legacy Gala, you'd have these incredible art projects that all the classes worked on. And oh man, they always are so fun to watch what the second graders came up with, what the 7th grade classes came up with. But obviously this year, like so much else, we weren't able to do that. It just was not able to happen as the timing went. So it was important for the teachers to still put together experiences that revolved around the school and was very intimately all about the school and an experience you couldn't just go out and have in some other way.
They wanted to create a lot of custom group experiences where, like I said, if a church wanted to get together and host a scavenger hunt for the entire church, they could. If they wanted to get all the birthday parties that got missed during COVID together to all celebrate at one time, they could. And so we got really creative and thought, what is it we can offer that you can't just go out and buy just anywhere? And we wanted to offer those tonight. So here are some of those items. One of the things we can do is a private drive-in on our campus.
I love this one.
It's so fun. We did this for our homecoming, and it was a ball. We can fit 18 cars in this little area, show whatever movie you would like to see on the wall of our school. It's super intimate. You can bring fire pits and do all that if you'd like. It's so fun. But we will create a custom concessions bar to, fill you with all of those good drive-in maybe snacks. And you can have a very unique opportunity with a bunch of your friends. So 18 cars full of people. If you choose to social distance, that is a great way to do it. But if you want even more, you can fill the space in between. We are fine with you packing that parking lot and making a memory.
All right, and that is item number 205. And if you get it, I want to be invited.
He wants to come.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Item number 206.
Yes. So item number 206 is a custom scavenger hunt. We just did this with our juniors and seniors in place of their junior-senior ball because they wouldn't allow us to meet in that big of a numbers. So we created a scavenger hunt on this great app, and then we created a video afterwards of all the submissions. So if you win this prize, you'll be able to tell us the zones in the city where you want to concentrate your experiences. We will go out and create the app. We will run the event for you. You just bring all your friends and get ready to make a lot of fantastic memories.
Okay, now one of the things here real quick, and then we've got a few more to talk about here. If you haven't already registered to bid, even if you don't think right now you're going, no, I'm not really going to bid on anything right now. I bet you're wrong, as we talk more about these items, but it is absolutely free to be able to register, and it just take a few seconds to do that so that you're ready to be able to start bidding. But just by getting registered, you're going to be in for a $100 Winco.
$100 Winco gift card. So if you just put your email address and name in there, at the end of tonight we will draw and someone will win $100 towards Winco.
And so you don't have to buy anything else. It doesn't cost you anything. And $100 at Winco, I think that's half the store. That's why I love Winco. It's awesome. And so just go and get registered and you could win that $100 gift card. And trust me, then as you start looking at some of those online auction items, I know you're going to find something, because there is literally something, if not lots of things, for every single person that is watching and bidding right now.
All right, let's talk about Connor Jackson, our fantastic athletic director, who is very fun. He wants to host Dodgeball Club for you and a big group of people. So if you want to have a blast, Dodgeball brings out some craziness in people that you don't see just anywhere, and it's so fun. You get to see people's personalities come out. This might be something epic to do with your team building for your work group or all of your friends at church.
And Dodgeball Club, the first rule of Dodgeball Club, everyone talks about Dodgeball Club because you're going to have that much fun with all of this. And that is number 228. So get those bids in right now. Number 213 on the auction items in these incredible experiences.
Okay, so Canfield and Seals, we love to call them. They're two of our alumni teachers who are part of our Bible department, and they're really super fun to be with. They are going to create a custom Frisbee golf tournament on our campus, and it's not like at Ann Morrison Park where you're out there with the really intense people that are a little upset if you slow down their game. No, this is not about that. This is about more like Holy Moly. Have you seen that show? So Holy Moly is where you have a few level the playing field holes where you're going to laugh for days at what you have to do to make this shot, but it will make it very memorable, and then we'll stuff you full of Jimmy John's, who is one of our great lunchroom partners. Afterwards, they donated loads of sandwiches, so food is included in this one, and you want to win it.
Okay, and finally for now, number 94, when we're talking about activities, this is going to be a great one.
I know, I'm so excited. So I know a lot of you are Shakespeare fans, and if you didn't know, Shakespeare has canceled their first 2 shows. Well, at Coal Valley Christian Schools, we're not canceling our murder mystery, Lethal Luau. We have 6 alumni actors who have missed acting so much. They jumped at the fact, especially after missing their spring show. They wanted to be able to come back together and put on a murder mystery for you. So in someone's gorgeous backyard, a bunch of us moms who are really good cooks are going to make fabulous Hawaiian food. You get to dress up in all your Hawaiian gear, which will make for fantastic photos, and you get to try and figure out who done it, because trust me, every one of these actors has a serious motive.
All right, and you get to find out what that motive is. So again, just one more of the incredible activities and another one of the incredible auction items that you can be able to bid on right now.
This one is per ticket. So if you would like to get a few of your friends together, a few different couples, and go ahead and buy $25 tickets per person, you're guaranteed a spot at that show.
Okay, great. So get those, get all your friends together for it, and let's have a blast. All right, now when we're talking about activities, of course, this is a perfect time to talk with our SAS director and Christine Birch to tell you about the activities and the wonderful things that happen at Coal Valley Christian.
Hi, my name is Christine Birch, and for the last couple of years I have been the 2nd grade reading teacher at the elementary campus. It's been an amazing blessing, and I have loved being able to teach all students. This next year I'll be moving into a new role as a student academic services director. I'm very, very excited about how God has led me to this new position. As I'm looking at this, the opportunity to not only get to impact a classroom, but to have an impact school-wide as we're looking at students with all all different learning abilities. I'm so passionate about students and their different learning abilities because every student learns. Really looking forward to the chance to have an impact there. One of the things that brought us to Cole Valley was the fact that they had an offering to provide services to help students who learn differently. And I'm so thankful for that opportunity. That impacts me personally. I have a child, well, 3 children actually, and I am so thankful for how they look at them as a whole student, not just a package. And they look at each of them and how they learn and who they are as learners, and they work so hard to meet those needs, regardless of the level that they are at. And I'm so thankful for that piece as I look at what is offered and what the potential is as we're looking forward over these next years as we continue to grow. I'm looking forward to that impact that we have on so many different students. Being in the community of Cole Valley is amazing. Having a team of teachers that not only are you colleagues and you get to work together, but you become friends, you become family. You share one another's burdens, you support each other, not only through the curriculum and through the way that we teach, but we support each other personally. And the staff at Cole Valley really truly is a family. And being able to have that family at work is really a gem. That's not something that we see everywhere. It's not something I've seen in all of the different places that I've been over the years. Working with parents is so exciting. I love getting to have the relationships that I do with parents and families. You get a little slice of almost being a part of the family. The parents at Cole Valley, we really partner with the teachers, and that's one of my favorite pieces of that relationship with parents is partnering just to help their students be the very best that they each can be individually. Every student learns differently, every student behaves differently, every student has different reactions, and to be able to be part of that shepherding process and come alongside parents and let them know, one, you're not in this alone. To let parents know that we're here with you, we're here to support you, has been just an amazing honor. And to watch children grow and thrive through that has just been, again, an amazing blessing to be able to witness and be a part of.
Thank you, Christine. So wonderful to see all of the great things that happen with Cole Valley Christian. And if you're a parent, if you're a student, you know what incredible things happen all the time. And it's great for me to be able to see. And my name's Corey Michaels. Thank you again to Cole Valley for allowing me to be a part of your Legacy Gala this evening for the first online virtual auction. Congratulations, Dwight, right now. Well, I say congratulations momentarily until someone outbids you, Dwight. No offense, we love you. Sunflower painting, $20. Dwight has the high bid right now. Lucky Peak for the boating and barbecue, Timothy, high bid at $210. $90 off the window cleaning services by ProShine Window Cleaning, $55. Oh, well, it was Robert at $55. Now it's David at $60. So you can be able to get your bid back in there, Robert, because David has you right now by $5 at $60. For also Robert, babysitting services, 6 kids, 4 hours, 2 sitters. They will be able to double team them. Right now, the high bid's only $50. That is a steal for 6 kids for 4 hours. Oh, yeah. Westside Drive-In, $25 gift card. Brett has the high bid at $40. So get your bids in right now. You can do that if you haven't already. CVCS to 555-888. And as we talk about the incredible teachers and the staff, and we've seen from some of them, and I wish, when I got to go over and as we've worked on this over these last couple of weeks, I've gotten to work obviously with Kina, and I've gotten to see some of the other staff. The one thing that I was sad about was I didn't get to meet and to hang out with the teachers. I keep hearing all the incredible stories about how great they are and what caring, wonderful, and people they are, and educators, and I can only imagine based on the stories just how fabulous they are. But they are so fabulous, they love having experiences with the families, with the students, and we've called these the teacher features, and you can be able to find those on the online auction as well.
Yes, with our teachers, I think the thing that sets them apart, people say this every time they come to our, is when they walk into our building and they see our teachers, they feel the love, and they can't wait to entrust their children into their care because they know they're going to be spoken into about you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and God has a purpose for your life, and we want to help you discover how to live in that. And so our teachers are fantastic. One of the things that is on the auction listing that you may want to take a part of is the SAS testing and brain game bundle. Christine, who you just heard from, she delights in offering this SAS testing for kids because we know there's just kids whose God built their brains to learn differently than possibly will be impacted by a normal classroom. And so one of the things we like to do at Cole Valley, which is very, very unique for a school that's this small, is we have both academically and intelligent gifted side of things, and we have the student academic services side of things, and both of them start with discovering how your child's brain functions the very best and learns the very best. So if your child, or as an adult, you would like to figure out if there's a way your brain might learn better and more effectively, this testing, which is a $300 value, is a way to figure that out. So this might be something you can bid on to just get an insight into how God made your brain and how you can better learn.
Well, it's funny, even when we were taking our notes a little while ago, for Kina, when she was taking her notes, she had a special way that it worked for her brain to remember things. For me, I have my own way. We all have, and including our kids, different ways that they learn that impacts them. So this is great, and that's number 288. Also number 238, another one of our teacher features.
So our kindergarten teachers love to have a special little outing with the winner of the auction to the zoo. And because the zoo hasn't been open earlier this year, this is a really fun time to be able to, as soon as it opens, they will make a plan with all the teachers and all the winners to go to the zoo, have fun little tours, and give them delicious snacks. And there's nothing a kindergarten child loves more than a one-on-one time with their teacher. So the 3 teachers and the 3 aides each are going to take a student. So make sure your child gets one of those spots.
Well, okay, the teacher and monkeys or tigers, or we're talking about double duty here for the kids. They're going to be totally in heaven. Number 220 is our next teacher feature, and this going to be a lot of fun.
So our 3 second grade teachers decided it would be great to create a custom movie night where the winner of each of their auction item and 5 of their friends get to come have a movie day with all the winners together. And it's just special for the winners of this auction. So make sure your kiddos get a slot with either Miss Verity or Miss, where's the other 2? Miss, you just saw her, Christine, Miss Birch, and Miss Stefan. They're all delightful, and maybe they'll wear their matching shirts. Maybe they'll find movie shirts.
Okay, and that is number 220. Number 230 is also one of the teacher features that you can be able to bid on right now. And if you haven't looked at the online auction items, come on. You got plenty of time, but you're getting late to the party. CVCS to 555888.
Yes, the 3 elementary 3rd grade teachers, including the one that loves Dart Wars the very most, Karen Sather. She's moving up to 4th grade this year, but she's staying behind to do Dart Wars because she loves it so much. So they're going to create a custom Dart Wars zone in the elementary gym and allow you to play with all of your friends. And yes, it can be kids, but trust me, adults love Dart Wars too.
Oh, heck yeah. All right, and then number 229 in our teacher features.
So Coach Koch, he's our varsity award-winning basketball coach, and he loves science. This is the teacher who, when I said, let's make a lip sync promo video, got out the isopropyl alcohol and spelled CVCS on his desk and lit it on fire for the video. He is so fun. So if your children love explosions or like how things work or seeing colors change and magical things, you'll want to hang out with Coach Koch for the science party with pizza.
All right, so take advantage of all of these items and so many more. Just CVCS to 555-888. Now, with the two schools, we heard earlier from our principal from the other school, and now we want to talk to with Shelley Krager. She is the elementary principal, and how the elementary school had been, obviously affected, and how they pulled together to be able to get the curriculum and everything ready for the kids as everything had changed through our COVID era here.
Hi, I'm Shelley Krager, the elementary principal here at Cole Valley Christian, and I am just amazed at the Lord's hand at work daily. These last couple of months have been crazy times for everybody, and I've heard a lot of people saying that they're just uncertain times right now. Here's what I know to be true though. They are not uncertain to the Lord. He is certain in what he is doing in the mission here at our school. I've been able to witness that unfold. Our teachers have done an amazing job over the last couple of months, taking what they would deliver in a classroom and being able to put that online, but more important than that, not lose the connection with the kids. I've heard story after story from parents on just that connection that the kids have still been able to have with their teachers. I've watched kids walk through a hall in the last couple of days, giving teachers hugs, saying their farewell. Those connections of the body of Christ have not been broken. I'm so excited as we enter into next year and just being able to see how the Lord's going to be able to take what we've gone through, what we're launching towards, and how he's going to unfold it all together so that he can be revealed in the center of it. I would really encourage anyone who has a heart and a passion for Christian education to continue giving towards that. God is doing a mighty work, and he's going to continue doing that in and through the teachers, the administration, and the staff here at our school. It is such an honor and a privilege to be able to come alongside and just lock arms with those that the Lord has called to this ministry. We get to be a part of his mighty work.
As the video said, bid often, bid high, and if you haven't started yet, you still can. CVCS to 555-888. Now, we've talked a lot about the incredible community that comes along with Cole Valley Christian School, the sponsors, the community as a whole throughout the Treasure Valley here in the greater Boise area and all throughout the valley coming together to be able to have this kind of support that we need. Well, it also, yes, takes the kids, it takes the staff and the faculty, and it takes you. It takes the families, because that's really where it comes back to, is the kids and is the family as a unit and what they mean to the school and what the school means to you and to them. And one of those families, the McClures, we had the honor of being able to hear from them, and now you do too.
So we are the McClures. We have two girls, started in kindergarten. One is just graduating this year, the other one's 3 years out. We served on the board of Charter Blue, and I worked as a staff in the nurse's office. I don't know, I think for my kids and us, I think it's just been life-changing. Really. So I don't think if we'd have lived in Tennessee that we would have had the same outcome.
Well, the first thing she did is she took a gap year and she went on the World Race, which is an organization based out of Atlanta where they send these kids all over the world. 5 countries and 3 continents over 9 months. It basically served the poor and spread the gospel. With her upbringing at Cole Valley and then to have that exposure, I mean, she left with an 18-year-old mind and came back with a 25-year-old perspective. It was a game changer. And so then she went into college and she wants to be a counselor. So social work, undergrad, get a master's degree in counseling. Something people will make the comment Leon, oh, you've done such a great job with these kids. And it's like, we get very little credit. You know, those teachers at Coal Valley and their friends have been a big, big part of, you know, as parents trying to raise kids and, you know, a challenging environment like we live in today. It was very comforting to have these wonderful kids around her. Mm-hmm. Our kids have had the good kind of peer pressure, right? I mean, if our daughters ever started to stray in one direction or another, it was her friends that would bring her back in the right direction. And when I was growing up at a public school in Tennessee, my friends kind of wanted to pull me the other way, right? And these are great kids. I mean, the kind of kids, they're going to be running our country one day, right? Working in jobs, making a difference in this world. And we need as many of these kind of kids as we possibly can get in this world. And so by investing in Coal Valley, you're investing in a bright future.
I love that the father there in the McClure family said that we need more of these kind of kids. We need more of these kind of young people. It really is. It's almost like a insurance policy. We're insuring our future by instilling just these great values into these kids and allowing them to be able to be our future and to be that next generation that is going to be running this country. And these kids with that kind of perspective and that kind of life experience, that's who I want to see running it. So, you know, as we look at all the different ways that you can be able to give tonight and all the family support and how all of this comes together to be able to continue that education, to give that experience and to make sure that we have those kids that are going to be our future, it comes down to funding. It comes together as a community to be able to continue that. And last year with the Legacy Gala, just record-breaking, 4 times what had been seen in any of the other galas. And there you can be able to see some photos from last year and everyone having a great time. And you know, all the decorations that went in and all that. And it was exciting, and it brought in a lot of great money for the school and for that continued education for our kids. And now I got the chance just a few days ago to be able to go to Coal Valley Christian. And it was funny, it wasn't until I actually went into the classroom that I realized that when I moved here like 19 years ago, that was the very first DMV that I went to. And I'm like, why do I know that? Oh, and it was like a month or 2 later that then it started to become Coal Valley Christian School. But I got to go to the school and it was so fun to be able to watch, and then got the tour around with Kina. Kina, thank you again. Showing where your dollars from that record-breaking gala last year, where all that money went. And now you get to see as well. Welcome to Coal Valley Christian School. So excited to be able to get the tour and to show you, as we make our way through our virtual Legacy Gala, exactly where all your dollars went last year, where they're going to be going this year, and we have some great plans. Now, Kina took some time out of a really busy day to be able to show me around and to show you where all those dollars are going. And Kina, one of those things that was so important last year was to make sure that the security of our kids, that when the parents are dropping off their kids for school, that spiritually through their education, they don't have to worry about their security. Now, why don't you show me the office and where all those dollars went?
Fabulous. We reconfigured this office because we didn't have a visual line of sight to the front door. And so it was very important to us last year to take some of those dollars and invest them into this space where now we have a Raptor system where folks check in. Doesn't matter how many years you've been a part of this, we have you check in every time. And this allows us to have visibility to the front and lots of space inside where privacy of conversations can happen, but also that there can be a lot of community building at the same time.
And this was just one of the many things that last year's dollars gave to Coal Valley Christian. Let's show you some more. Well, welcome everyone to the Learning Commons.
Well, Kina, the room is beautiful here for the Learning Commons, but it didn't always look like this.
No, it was covered with the books, and students didn't really utilize it the way we had hoped they would. So we moved those books into the teachers' classrooms, and then in here we were able to add 3D printers, a collaboration room where our student leadership team meets weekly to plan the activities of our students, and then we also have a lot of access to online research databases that you wouldn't naturally have as just an individual student that we can buy into as a school, and now our kids can access bigger amounts of research to write their papers and become more knowledgeable about their topics.
Well, I love it. And that's just one more thing that your dollars from last year's Legacy Gala, what it went to transform for the education and for our students, and it's amazing.
Yes, we ended up putting modular furniture in here so that we could utilize it for little collaboration pods, but then also we can reorganize it to be able to have conferences. We have a Clever Touch on the wall that this can become a classroom space as well. Our CAD design class meets in here because they can access all the software that they need, as well as the 3D printers and the teaching zone at the same time. So it multiplies in the program a lot.
Well, congratulations to you for all of your support from last year. And we've got some more to show you from last year and where your dollars went. And then the important part, where it's going tonight. Well, we are now in front of the Brewer Building, and this was a surprise blessing that came out of last year's Legacy Gala.
Yes, last year we were planning on all kinds of other things for these dollars that you gave, but right after the gala, we had a group come to us from this saying, if you'd ever wanted to make an offer on this building, and we had 4 years, make it now. And so we were able to because of what you gave last year, and now we own this building. They said yes to us. Their children had gone to Cole Christian years ago, and they were so impressed with how we had poured life into them and who they had become that they wanted to be a part of the legacy going forward of how we impact kids for Christ. And so they wanted us to have this building, and now we get to turn it into state-of-the-art classrooms to help even more students.
Well, and the reality is, we don't want to turn away kids, but that's the reality. We're getting there. There's just not space for more kids. But now with being able to expand into this space, we're going to be able to provide so much more to so many more.
So many more, and we're super excited. This will hold about 6 or 7 classrooms, and we'll be able to serve many more students. As more people come to the Valley and value this type of education, we will be able to say yes to them.
Well, and this is right in the infancy. They just finished doing the demo inside, so it's really not even safe yet at the moment to go inside. But here's the cool thing is when we're talking 1 year from now, we're going to be able to show you where your blessings tonight, what you are giving through your bids on the online auction for the paddle raise coming up here, all of that money is going to be able to transform this building, and we'll be able to show all of it to you next year at the Legacy Gala. And our final stop for the tour today is here at the coffee shop. And the reason why I wanted to come down here was really as we talk about every single dollar goes to something. There is nothing that is wasted. We just showed you the Brewer Building that we were blessed with here for Cole Valley and the future of our students. But all of this here in the coffee shop, why don't you explain? This all came because of that.
Right. So our facilities guys are fantastic. They've painted every inch of this place this year, and it's just brought a freshness. But the other thing that they did that was so fun is the apartment that was on the top of the Brewer Building. They noticed all of these kitchen pieces, and they thought, we can rebuild the coffee bar. So this is Charger Grounds. It's run by students. It gives them a lot of business experience to lead them into their next steps in life. But they were able to build this for like $800 with what they reclaimed out of there. So what's fun is our guys are so talented that they can really stretch the dollars you give to really have an impact here.
All right, we're going to show you some more as we move forward of where your dollars are going for this year with the Legacy Gala. And there's a lot, but together we're going to be able to do it. So we encourage you right now, if you haven't already, get on there, bid high, bid often, and let's make a big, big difference for Cole Valley Christian, for our students, and for all the blessings to come. And then on top of that, because I had such a great time getting to go around and see all of these things and where your generosity went from last year, We didn't get to make it to all of the things. That was just some of where your generosity went. And then as we didn't make it over to the elementary school to see some of the incredible tech things that came along.
Right. We, in Providence, were able to give each teacher a laptop. And how handy did that come in when it took time to go to distance learning? They were able to not be tethered to their desktop. They were able to do things from home. So that was a huge gift to our teachers at the elementary campus. And we also were able to give Clever Touches to several classrooms, and we are going to continue that initiative to supply them with this great tool that supports multisensory learning as well as instruction.
Well, you know, and when we talked about, you know, the different ways that kids learn, it was really, really cool because, you know, I got to see all the different ways that the students were able to do exactly that, find their way to be able to learn. And it's so exciting to see it. And it's so easy, as you just saw right there on the screen, to be able to give. We're talking now about our time, where it comes to the fund the need, and talk about the things that your money is going to go to this year, like the multifunctional quality that lasts. It's not just something to make it through this next school year, but something to make it for generations to come, for years and years to come.
Right.
I mean, why replace this every year or every 2 years or 3 years when we can get quality items that are going to be around?
Right.
And I loved the little, I don't remember what they were called, but they're little chairs that you just sat on. And so the kids that need to be moving, you know, could be kind of moving around, but yet still their brain engaged and working. It was awesome to see the different ways and the thought that was put into all of that.
Right. We also want to use some updates because, hate to say it, but first impressions matter a lot. And if we want someone to entrust their precious child into our learning environment, they need to know that we take care of our things. So we want to continue to modernize our style because that is what attracts others into our education.
Okay, and of course the spaces that bless those who serve, like our teachers and their area to be able to have their kind of break room area, have places to be able to heat up their food and to feel good about the space around them.
We want to retain our fabulous teachers. They're incredible. They make a sacrifice to teach at our school, so we want to make sure they feel absolutely loved. And one way to do that is to make those spaces they use really great.
Okay, and that's just one of the many things, the community building space.
Yes, we want to educate our children, their whole person. And so that moves on from education to socialization and relationships and having community spaces that we can use in school as students, as outdoor classrooms, for example, or as community building space for families and beyond is a way that we want to be a blessing to our community. So let's go ahead and look at some of the specific things we're dreaming about this year. One of the things we noticed last year was fund to need was equal to everything given in the auction. So we know there's those out there that just want to make specific things happen.
Well, and that's the thing. Whether or not you were wanting to bid on one of the items that are on the online auction, and I hope you do, you can be able to do that all the way up till 10 o'clock or beyond with the bid wars. But now we're talking about you just want to give, that God has spoken to you and says that, yes, I want to be able to give to this education. I want to give to this legacy that is Coal Valley Christian School. So with the $10,000 level in your giving tonight, if you are blessed and able to be able to do that $10,000 level, that could be a full classroom redo, the modular furniture, to give it that space to where, yes, they can come together, or it can be broken up easily into little individual spaces for the kids to be able to learn. That $10,000 could be the sound improvement for events. Right now, as you can see in there, it is just a big open gymnasium, but it makes it to where it's very difficult for the sound to be able to do services in there.
Right. So our gym is a spectacular space, but we can hear almost nothing when someone speaks on a microphone. If we were able to improve the acoustics and the speakers and the communication abilities, we could use it for chapel. We could use it for community building events, for Churches, we have 110 churches that partner with us. We could bring in conferences, we could bring in concerts. It could be really exciting. But for any of those things to happen, the sound needs to be improved. Charger Blue has pitched in some money towards that, but we need some more to make that come to fruition.
So see, that's where we are. One of the things, the video security systems, as we want to talk about, the security of our kids, because that is important. We talked about it in the video when did walk around the school. In working on the security, they started with the doors to the office to make sure that that is inviting yet secure when you're dropping off your kids. And the security of our children as important as anything.
Right.
And so that's being able to have that very, very important. So when you're going to the bidding area, you can be able to give right now item number 1 or item number 2, and you determine how much that is. There's a little sliding scale right on there. You slide that to the number that you are comfortable with. No matter what that level is, it all together makes miracles happen. If you have the ability to be able to give $5,000, so needed new carpet for a classroom.
So this is Karen Sather's room, and bless her sweet heart, she has been living with rainbow duct tape on her floor for years. We would like to replace all the carpet with the carpet squares, where we can remove one damaged piece instead of having to replace an entire room, and this will help us stretch our dollars in the future to keep that in excellent condition.
Oh, and it looks so nice and so easy to do. The clever touch for a classroom, it is like, you can see right there, it's like a huge iPad for
Yes.
the kids to be able to learn with and to do different activities.
Right.
And that is the era of technology. We're in it. That's what our kids grow up with, and we have to be able to have that same technology for them. The modular furniture.
Yes, we want to be really clever in how we put our furniture together to support either collaboration groups or individual testing, but also include some of that flexible seating you talked about earlier. There are students who learn the best when they're moving constantly, and there are chairs and things we can provide for those types of students so their brain can engage in the learning all the time.
So also for the $5,000 level, from what you're seeing on the left-hand side of the screen to this field for lunch and community. Now, right now, the one on the right-hand side is at the elementary school.
Correct. The one at the right is on the elementary school, and they use that for outdoor classrooms. They use it for lunch. They use it for enrichment classes after school. Parents come and use the party. It's great. We would like to have that at the secondary campus as well.
Okay, so there's one of your needs. We move on to the $2,500 level. And as we talked about, that teacher lounge refreshing to make it a more inviting, more usable space for our teachers. That's just one of the things that we can get with the $2,500 level. Taking what looks like a scene from a prison movie and turning it into an inviting lunch space and outdoor area for the students. That can be achieved. Getting the lunchroom tables redone for our students to be able to sit at and get their nourishment. You can do that at the $2,500 level. And then at the $1,000 level, teacher workstations, desk, chair, standing podium combo all together in one usable, cohesive space for the teachers. The teacher PCs, obviously needed, and that technology with the programs and everything changes so quickly and needs to be able to keep up with the times and the programs for our students. The $1,000 level, the trash management systems. I mean, all of these different things together, make a difference. Just, yes, visually, and the pride of our students, all of that. For the $500 level, I mean, these were great little areas for the Lifetime Picnic Table. I mean, they were awesome. They were made by former students years ago, and they did their job, but they're, getting a little old now. We can get those redone. $300 can get the 2 desk chair combos for the students, laptops for the student, the laptop cart, all of that. And then for just $100 is going to be able to get lunchroom stools for additional lunchroom seating, the flexible seating for the students, Also, any of those items are going to be able to gather because, here's the thing. My $50 with Keena's $75 with Brad and Alice's $150. We can't make a difference, just one of us. But all of us together, that's when miracles happen. It's giving what we have the ability to be able to do together collectively. Man, there's some serious miracles that happen right there. So please, whatever you can give, whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000, $10,000, there is no amount that's too small. There's also no amount that's too big either, so don't get me wrong, all of us together. So please give what you can, and remember that, and thank you to Auction Frogs. Auction Frogs, besides all of this, just gave a $100 donation right now. And so they're going to do $100. So see, that's what I mean. All of us together giving what we can, that is what is going to make all this to happen together. It's about a community. It's about all of us coming together as a community. So join us to give right now. And you have up until 10 o'clock to be able to get your online bids in. But at 9:50, that's when the bid wars come in. So at 9:50, if someone outbids you, you'll get an alert and it will extend that time. And then when you go back on and do the bid, then it'll extend the time again. And it will keep going until there's no one bidding anymore on that auction item. How long does that take? Well, that's the fun of it. You don't know. It's how long everyone keeps bidding on those items. And every time that time gets extended, it's because more money is coming in. More blessings are going to be available for Cole Valley Christian and ultimately to our families and our students. And that's what this is all about. So if you haven't already, you still have time. Text CVCS to 555-888 so you can either pick item number 1, revitalize the facilities, or item number 2, to enhance our technology, and give the amount that you feel blessed and comfortable with being able to give tonight. Keep those bids coming in. Thank you to Ron. Warhawk Air Museum is at $70. The CBCS Athletics tee set, right now, that is a men's large for that t-shirt set. Kelly has the high bid at $15. Camo bag, Letha pullover, and $50 Letha gift card. Kimberly, high bid right there. And the Botanical Gardens event vouchers, love that place. It's so amazing. $15, the high bid right now with Timothy. And that's just some of the many, many items. So we're going to look right now at where we sit with our goal. We are just under $40,000 with still plenty of time to go. A big round of applause to everyone.
We're gonna get there.
And to you, most importantly, because you're the one making this happen. You're the one making this legacy continue for Cole Valley Christian, for our students. Keena, thank you so much.
And I just want to say thank you to all of you out there who gave so generously, who are excited about giving experiences that you're going to love. I am so grateful on behalf of our students and our families. You're making a tremendous difference.
On behalf of Brad, Alice, Melody, and Ellsberg Studio, Christy Saucerman, and all the incredible staff at Auction Frogs, the Mitch and Tammy for manning the hotlines tonight, with still 2 hours and 23 minutes and 43 seconds to go. We don't want to give up that 43 seconds because that's more money that can be made. We are just under $40,000. I know together we can hit that 100,000 mark. So come on, get those bids in. And on behalf of myself, Corey Michaels Productions, bless you. Thank you so, so much.